week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
On
first down, it's Taylor, and they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, D. Hey, just 88. Hey, Alpha.
Mike, 55.
Mike. They can't hang with us.
Here's Taylor. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
319.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Whip. Watch the whip. Watch out. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. Gun now for Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They run, Cook, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Yeah. We ain't giving them nothing today.
Cook following the penalty. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, it's Stick. It's caught by Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Go. Look at me, zipper!
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Set. 10-2 stop. 2 times. We got 4.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Herb Smith Jr. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a give right side. It's Taylor. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Hey, you got 3 down.
Now a give right side. Taylor. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. A pretty good effort there. 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
4th down.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field.
Jump out!
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go, set. 18 Gator. Protein spill. You might.
Hey, check 24. Set it. Check.
22 Jet Bombers. 22 Jet Buckets.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 14-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey. Be careful.
Now a run with Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Taylor trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down.
General West.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Hey, check 26.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check.
Hey, Charlie.
Check.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Number 50. Hey, you block over here.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his throw here is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
319.
Working from the gun, Rodgers looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. On now is the Packers punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Davis now to return it. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets continuing to pour it on. They're opening the lead up even further. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Ready, set.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's got Smith here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
Come on, set. 50, plant. Go. Go.
Against the mic. Quit talking about it and bring it. Let's go.
They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
Dalvin Cook, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
They're on 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The rush coming, and he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Let's go.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Blue 58.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
Hey, black. Flip it down.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
I got you.
Here we go.
Mike 5-5.
58.
Mike 5-5. Watch the screen.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Devontae Adams.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
From the contact. Brings up a third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. Now a give right side. It's Taylor, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage It'll be back at the 36. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now stick. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
90 Wolf.
58 right there. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Let's go. Now.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Stick. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On first down, it's Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
At the 46-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
They run it again with Cook. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 40-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Off play action, it's Stick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but to show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Herb Smith Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch Mike. Cut.
Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. Throwing is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Here's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Rodgers pass. Intended for Devontae Adams. Incomplete.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, wahoo!
This ball back for the offense. Let's go. Mark 55. Mark 55. Here we go. Mark 50.
Rodgers throwing again. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Hey, 26.
Rodgers again now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Set the tone, defense.
Rodgers to throw once more. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The Packers take over.
We got this.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he'll get this up to about the 40. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Packers on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Taylor. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Hey, Echo.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stick. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Vikings first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It's our time.
Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Get it.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, take 26. Hey, high 7.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles.